Hello, friends. Roe versus Wade, the Georgia Guidestones. What could they have to teach us about the nature of conflict? Quite a bit. So join me as we explore this a little from perhaps a different slant than you've heard elsewhere. Okay, so my school has a Facebook page, and that means that sometimes I see other people's posts on Facebook. And I saw somebody's post, they were talking about Roe versus Wade, and was very upset about the outcome. So this person was expressing their anger about it quite vehemently, kind of saying that the government should fall. Another thing that came to my attention was the Georgia Guidestones. If you haven't heard about this, this has been in the news. And these monuments that were supposed to be moralistic guides for humanity. And somebody drove in, set an explosive device, and blew them up. Now, some churches felt that these were satanic in origin or otherwise negative. And so many people are supposing that this person was of that mindset and felt that these should not exist anymore. But here is the thing. I had never heard of the Georgia Guidestones. I'm not sure if you had or not. But when that explosive device was set off, destroying them, what the action really did is brought them to the attention of the world. So where perhaps maybe a few people would have stopped in and seen these, I don't know how many people are attracted to that little corner of sightseeing in the world. But now, the message of those Guidestones is broadcast over not just the state of Georgia or the United States, but over the world through the news. And you can go and you can read all the messages that were on those Guidestones. So, when that person set off that explosive, two things they might have been trying to do. One, they might have been very, very wise. And they might have said, I need this message that's on the Guidestones to get out to the world. And this is the best way to get it out there. Or, alternatively, they may have wanted to destroy something they thought was bad, but unwittingly, they made it much stronger. And we're probably going to find that the same thing happens with Roe versus Wade being overturned. In trying to destroy something, it is likely to be strengthened. So those that believe that people should have a right to abortion are going to be galvanized in new ways. We've already seen some of this. Businesses offering things to their employees that weren't offered before to help them if they feel that they want to have an abortion. And states are likely going to follow suit and make it easier for people to come from out of state to get abortions. So this is not about what's right, what's wrong, but it is about noticing what our actions do. Because we humans are largely emotional creatures, right? So we see something, Roe versus Wade is overturned. If I'm of a mindset that feels that's a bad thing, then what am I going to do? Going to get angry about it. Angry. The government should fall. But what am I really doing? Am I going and trying to overturn the government? Or am I just stressing myself out, creating a state of dis-ease, which will create disease in my body and take me out of the voter pool earlier so that I don't even have my vote to try to change things with? Do you see how this works? This happens so often in life. It doesn't have to be Roe versus Wade or the Guidestones. It can be something that we're trying to talk to somebody about who we care about. And often when we try to, let's say somebody's an alcoholic, and we attack that, and we tell them how they're destroying their lives and how they're destroying their families' lives, and that is probably not really likely to succeed in getting that person to change around. It feels good to the person that is angry, right? There feels like there's kind of a justice being done through my anger. But even my anger, when somebody who is, we have this person on Facebook who thinks that abortion should be legal, and they're expressing their anger. When somebody who thinks that abortion should be illegal sees that, do you think that hurts that person? No. It gives them, often, sadly, joy. Like, aha, look how angry they are. Ha, ha, we won, you lost. So, we are not doing anything by just raging against the machine. That anger itself, though it can be generative of action, unless it is generative of action, that rage itself is just internal stress. It only degrades me. It degrades my health. It degrades my mental feelings, right? My emotional feelings. So I'm not going to feel very happy or good. And it's going to affect all my relationships. I'm not going to treat my loved ones even in the same way because I'm so filled with that anger. So the calling here is that if there is something that we feel strongly about, to look carefully at what the best way to proceed forward is. The easiest way is to proceed out of anger and reaction. And that, very often, has the opposite effect of what we intend. It strengthens the other side of things, and it degrades me. There are other ways, and often they are not as dramatic, but these other ways are more focused. They're ways that come out of sitting, considering what actions might create, what the consequences of those actions are. And then I might be able to act more wisely. Because we don't know yet who destroyed the Georgia Guidestones. But if they were somebody who wanted to spread the word of the Guidestones, they did great. They acted in a way, though it may get them in a lot of legal trouble, they acted in a way that will spread that message. If that person wanted to destroy the message of the Guidestones, they did the exact opposite of what they intended. So when it comes to speaking to a loved one, trying to convince them of something, storm's coming. When it comes to even something inside myself that I want to shift or change, it's important to look carefully at how I go about approaching these problems, remembering that often the attack will strengthen the other side of things, go against what I'm hoping for. All right, the storm is coming, so I am going to sign off, send love to you all, and head back to, well, this is a pretty sheltered place, isn't it? Might go up and watch it come in. All right, love to you all.